Hello, it's Ryan here from happytrader.io. We just had an uptrend signal on the 1 minute chart. It's Friday, December 1st, 2023, and we're going to go ahead and place a trade on the NASDAQ. Let's hop right in and create a new order. We're going to go for a buy market order with just one contract long. Let's go ahead and execute our order, and we are going to just get right off to the races. I am going to take my laptop over to my office, and we are going to go through some different time frames, and I'm going to take you right with me as if I am trading with you standing directly over my shoulder, which technically that's the case. So we're going to get nice and cozy. We don't know how long this trade's going to be, but it is on the 1 minute time frame. And I'm going to show you kind of the progression of what I like to look for when I'm trading. So first things first, we're using Sentiment AI with Illumitrend, our indicator. It's available on happytrader.io, and you can go check that out. We have a very competitive initial price. We're a startup, so we're kind of giving the good price out to the initial adopters, and then we're going to be significantly raising our price later. And we have developed this for TradingView, and you can see that without our indicator, you're just looking at a sideways market, right? But a couple little clues, if we put the indicator back on, we can see that we have, let's stretch out our chart so you can actually see. We have on the 1 minute chart the buy signal. We have our green Illumitrend indicating that we're kind of looking onto the ups, and then we have our uptrend signal here, which is our actual trading signal, and we tend to go from uptrend to downtrend, uptrend to downtrend. The only thing we really don't know is the amplitude of the move. One thing of note is that if we go over into our market overview, let's flip out to the 3 minute chart, and I'll tell you why we're doing that in a minute. You could see, well, I'll tell you right now, because we have this sell and we're kind of closing this gap, and if this turns into a buy, we're going to have a big move. Hopefully I can get it for you on film here. But we have the 3 indexes right here. Let's pull this out so you can see it. And you can see that the NASDAQ's a little bit of a laggard, so it's a little different than usual. You can see the Dow and the S&P both outperforming. So it looks like there's a bit of a sell-off in big tech is what that kind of indicates. However, there's a couple things that are sort of going against that, so to speak. We have the VIX that is dropping. So we're down 2.32% for the day. And just about maybe 45 minutes ago, we were like, 1.78%. So overall, we're looking relatively bullish there. But you can't take all of that verbatim. You have to remember it's the first of the month. We have our tax loss harvesting. We have our holiday. We have a lot of different things going on. But ultimately, it is Q4. And we do have a lot of speculative bullishness happening in things like Bitcoin, which is very key to look at when you're trading a volatile index like the NAS. And we're just going to go ahead and just kind of chill in this trade. But you can see like Bitcoin's up 2.85%. I mean, that's relatively, substantial. It kind of looks like Bitcoin wants to get up over that 40. It really does. But we'll have to see what happens. But let's remove some of our other stuff and just focus on the indicator. And we're going to go ahead and stay on the 3 minute chart, where we're going to go back to the 3 minute chart. We're going to look at the 5 minute, which is where we took the trade. You can see we're kind of doing the rolling hills here. And a lot of times you'll get these fake out candles and bang, they'll just pop right up. But this is a continuation trade if you're trading on the 5 minute. We saw on the 1 minute that we had a signal, so we took that signal. Now the 1 minute, that's going to be more of a scalp. 3 minute, again, another scalp. And then we have our 5 minute, which is more of our intraday day trading. And 15 minute looks really, really pretty for bullishness right now. Looks like it just wants to catapult up here. We have this beautiful dip, just kind of lining right up with this trend line here, and just boom. But we had our uptrend signal, our Sentiment AI signal, pop up back here, and we had this pretty big move here. This is about on one contract to the NASDAQ right here. It's about like a $300 move. So, if you need this size down, always paper trade, you know what I mean? Don't put any skin on the table. You can also just watch these videos, hit the subscribe button. I'm doing trading videos or back testing videos on our indicator, happytrader.io, because I do believe it is the best out there. I developed it myself over 2 years, and this is our second launch, and our customers absolutely love this thing because it's so versatile. Again, you can scalp it on the 1 minute chart, take quick profits. You can set up alerts, so you can go right into the indicator, and you can do this on your mobile app as well. You can add alerts once per bar, once per minute. You can do your actual AI signals, which are your trading signals, or just like your buy and sell signals there. And you can do that on any time frame. So that's why we're using TradingView. Big ups to TradingView. And the reason we're looking at the 3 minute chart is to see if we get a buy signal. Now, if we get a buy, that's going to be a potential trend reversal, not necessarily a trading signal, right? So, for instance, like on this buy and on this sell, we had a buy signal because the market went up, so criteria set was met, but we never had the trading signal, and look, the market sold off. So that should tell you everything you need to know about uptrend signals over buy signals, right? Buy signals going to signify a potential reversal in the trend, and your uptrend signal is going to be your actual trading signal. And we're just going to kind of chill here, and we're up a little bit on this trade, but you get to kind of cruise along with me today on this somewhat chilly Friday in Georgia, and kind of check it out. But if you're up north, well, I don't know what to tell you. It's freezing up there. So 15-minute chart looks great for a huge end of day breakout. Lots of support here on this junction. Looks like we did have some big tech selling, like I said earlier. But what I like to do is flip around to the different time frames while we're in a trade. We have an uptrend signal there, relatively fresh one, which is really nice to see on these macro charts. And, this could be a situation where, it kind of goes over the weekend and gaps up, right? You never know. But we do have our uptrend signal after a massive downtrend signal for yesterday. So, look at that. Boom. Dropped off like a cliff, right? So we're sitting here waiting for this 3-minute chart to put up a buy, and if it does, we may just see a green candle just whoop. And this video can be up to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to pause, take a little breather, and then leave the trade on the entire time, and then connect just another video directly to the end of this that I'll start immediately if we get to that point. If not, we have about 7 more minutes left of this video, and this is the life of a trader. Not too glamorous, but you got to be on your stuff, because remember, the market can drop if we get some bad news. If something happens, you need to have some risk management in place. In this case, we're using a mental stop, and then we're going to set our position to delta neutral by going opposite the market or cutting the trade. So I can use mental stops. A lot of folks like to use hard stops. For the NASDAQ, a good hard stop would be probably 15, 20 points. For the ES, you could get away with 5 points on precise entries. But other than that, you're going to want to probably use like 8 to 10 points, even on the ES. So if $50 per point doesn't bug you, you can go right ahead with that. But you always have the option of switching to the micros, 1/10 the size. So instead of being $65 up, we'd be $70 up, $2 up, $1.50, $2.50, $3.50, and so on. And that goes obviously both ways. You just move the decimal to the left and you get your micro contract. The only downside with trading micros is that your commissions are going to be higher if your broker's charging flat commissions. So be advised of that. Let's flip back over to our 3. Also hit that like and subscribe button. We are a startup, and we appreciate if you appreciate seeing actual trading happening. And we are going to go ahead and just wait for this trade patiently to materialize. Looks like we're going to get our retest to the downside. Not worried about it. Okay. We have already had, as far as I'm concerned, if we switch out to our 5-minute, let's get rid of the indicator for a second. Right there. Right? So we're kind of back into an uptrend. Really, it's a continuation of this trend, right? You have higher lows. So, you could draw a line from about here to about here. You can see there's just this little bit of drift up. And you can really see it. And you could have actually known about it ahead of time if you were a happytrader.io subscriber. Shameless plug. But we are going to observe and head back to that 3-minute. And if we can get this to switch to a buy, let's check our 1-minute. We're still hanging in there on the 1-minute. Still looking bullish. Let's actually stretch that chart out a little bit further. They're kind of going like sideways to up. That's okay. Let's go out to the 3-minute. Oh, we're getting a bar. We're getting a bar. Hop out to the 5-minute real quick. We're starting to get that propel, that support. Just think about it like, what does a healthy correction look like, right? It looks like this. Really good dip, like an intraday dip. And you can just see that really sunk and then got bought up real nicely because it was a really big drop, right? And a lot of folks were probably shorting the market, not kind of knowing any better. But if you would have had happytrader.io running, you would have clearly seen that this was a continuation of an uptrend. And let's go 3-minute. You can see one more thing before we go stay back on the 3-minute. 5 minutes starting to look really, really good. And you can see that's kind of like showing that upward launch pad kind of look. But it's doing it more on this 15-minute. It's huge jut down on an uptrend signal and then a continuation move. And who knows, maybe we'll get all the way back up here by the end of the day. But we're about to head into power hour, the 3 o'clock hour. It is 2:56 p.m. And we're just going to rock this one out. Head back to that 3. Okay. See if we've had enough consolidation to perhaps get a buy trend reversal on the 3-minute. We've got about 2 more minutes on this clip. I'm going to clip the video and immediately restart it. And we'll go for another 15 minutes. And this will be one of our longer form videos. This will be the longest video we've done so far for Happy Trader. And this is going to be just a good video for those of you who are interested in seeing what it's like for a professional trader and also a quant relying on his own creation to kind of seal the deal, right? 260, 270, 275, 280, 285. It's getting there. 285. Let's go back to our 5-minute. 290. 275, 265. We cut it 275, maybe 280. It might have actually settled at, but we're going to go ahead and cut that trade. That way we cap this to a 15-minute video. And if we go to that 3-minute chart, you can see it's about to do that buy signal, but we're just going to miss it. And we got cut off there, but I wanted to show you we finally got our buy signal in the 3 minutes. So to close this video out, we entered the trade based on an idea that we had. So we had a buy signal on the 1 minute chart. We had our uptrend signal, which was our trading signal. We had our green Illuma trend, which kind of is now drifting up. And we can see that we now have see how we're teetering into a potential buy signal? Well, that's going to take this flat, like I was talking about earlier in the video, and it's going to nullify it. We get a buy signal, and if that holds, that buy signal will hold for a few bars. You'll see that you won't get the uptrend signal immediately, but you may get that uptrend signal pretty dramatically. But it is 3:01 p.m. But I wanted to show you what that looks like when the buy signal flashes. Now, of course, we took our trade on the 1 minute, and the 5 minute is what we are generally trading and what we are looking at for the trend. But we did take this big bar as a gain. It was about a $280 gain is what it ended up settling as. And so that's the trade for today, Friday, December 1st. Longer form video. Our first actual super long, like full 15-minute video of a trade that wasn't a quick scalp. Going through different time frames is very important, and setting all of your alerts and stuff like that if you don't want to be sitting here kind of just waiting around for these signals. Like for instance, you could have caught these signals early, but if I had to recommend a time frame to really catch the signal, you can see here the downtrend, the uptrend signals are these massive moves. These are $1,000 plus moves with one contract. So again, this is Ryan from Happy Trader. Have a great weekend and happy trading. Like and subscribe.